We headed towards North and South Padre, chasing cooler air. But the coast had other plans. The heat didn't break. The humidity didn't let up. So we kept driving. And somehow, we ended up somewhere we definitely didn't belong. SpaceX. Rockets, towers, future rising out of the sand. And us, sitting in our old truck camper, feeling like visitors from another timeline. That's when we knew. It was time to change direction, to head inland, to chase cooler air, open roads, and whatever waited beyond the coast. A new route, a new rhythm, a new stretch of the journey. Come along with us. There's a lot ahead.
You can really hear those ships out there. There's a big, maybe a cruise ship or something. Hard to say with a bit of fog, but it's a lot less foggy today at Port Aransas. I know how to say the name now. Maybe I was saying it right all along. We are going to move on today. We spent 2 nights here on the beach. So we're gonna head west, see what's down there. At least it's not so foggy today. See a little more sunshine maybe. But it is humid. Way too humid for us. We're not built for this. Look at these things. They're jelly. And the little one. I ran one over with the one wheel. It went squish. Gross. Here's another kind. I think those might be man of war. I don't know. I'm not a jellyfish expert, but I remember when I was a kid in Florida, there was big blue puffy ones like that, and they had long stingers, and they stung like crazy. There's another one. Oh, there's lots along here. Yucky things. Yucky things. Yeah. According to the GPS, we just left Mustang Island.
That's the end of it?
We are actually on Padre Island.
Cool.
So,
That was fast.
I guess this is considered North Padre. First beach on the Padre Island National Seashore.
You have arrived.
We have arrived. Here we are. We're on Padre Island National Seashore. We only drove for like 20 minutes. And there's like 60 miles of beach up here that you can drive. Well, maybe 50 couple now because we drove 2 miles maybe. And I think we're just gonna kind of hang out here. Very similar to our last spot, a little less people. And make a plan of what we're gonna do next.
Wow.
I thought there was beach here, and then if you went back out on the highway and all the way down to, what is it, Boca Chica, there was a lot more there, but I don't think there is. But I'm speculating.
I don't know.
Yeah, so,
I'll have to look and see.
yeah, and maybe there's things we want to see in Corpus Christi. I don't know. So, we're going to park here. we're gonna look at what we want to do and make a plan.
That's crazy. Crazy talk.
Yeah. Huh, I didn't know pelicans flew like that. We are having some bacons, sausage, and eggs. Maybe in some wraps. That sounds pretty good. There it is, the spread. Well, one night on the beach on Padre Island National Seashore. And I think we're gonna move on. It's a nice beach though. It's probably the nicest one we've come to yet along the coast here. And that you can drive on and camp on anyway. But I don't know, it's still a little humid for us. We're not super comfortable in the humidity. So I think we're gonna go to Boca Chica. Why? Because I love saying it. Boca Chica, Boca Chica, Boca Chica. And we'll check out South Padre. I think on the way off of the Padre Island National Seashore, say that 5 times fast, we will check out the campground there because it looks like if you have a park pass, you can dump and fill with water, and maybe even use their showers. So we'll check it out and let you know what we find. Yeah, we're at the campground entrance here at Padre Island National Seashore. And they got water fill, dump stations that I guess with a park pass, you're good to go. And then the campground's in there. And I was just talking to a gentleman here that said you can go in there and have a shower too. So I think I'm going in to have a shower. Well, that was pretty awesome. The guy says, the showers are cold. No, not really. I guess that's Texas cold because I wouldn't mind it a little bit cooler actually. But I'm fresh. Let's roll, Boca Chica, Boca Chica. Gotta get our photo at the sign. Well, we were gonna go to Boca Chica.
We still are.
Boca Chica, Boca Chica.
We still are.
Yeah, we'll go tomorrow. It's been a long day. We're in South Padre. You can camp on the beach. It's $12, so we just we're late. So we just paid our $12 and we're going on the beach.
Hopefully.
We just gotta get past all these people.
Holy snort.
I guess it's high tide. Well, there we go. We didn't even plan to, but we're camped on South Padre Beach.
The whole beach is shells.
She finally found her shells.
No,
Maybe.
I got lots of shells. I don't need any. But I still haven't found a sand dollar.
Not a complete sand dollar. I think you got like sand 50 cents maybe.
But there's every shell in the face of the planet on this beach.
There's a lot of shells. It's very shelly. Well, that's it. We spent our night on South Padre Island Beach.
We did Santa drop presents on our roof.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. It was like, bang. 3 or 4 times.
4 times, like loud bangs. Must have been like a bird dropping shells or something on there. I don't know.
I don't know. I looked on the roof for gifts this morning. None. Maybe it was the lump of coal and it bounced off.
Maybe.
I don't know. So we're rolling through South Padre back to the mainland and then over to Boca Chica. Just because.
Because it's cool and he likes to
I
say
like
it.
the name. I want to say it a couple more times before we go. Now we're going to head away from the coast. So let's go to Boca Chica.
Continue on Texas 4 East for 18 miles.
Starbase. I see a rocket ship. Well, that's the most Cybertrucks I've ever seen in one place.
Starbase is SpaceX's playground for building and testing Starship, the biggest, most powerful rocket ever made. This whole area used to be a quiet coastline, and now it's a full-blown rocket factory with launch pads, giant assembly bays, and Mechazilla, the tower that's supposed to catch rockets like it's no big deal. They've already run more than 20 Starship test flights here, and the place is constantly changing. New pads, new prototypes, new shiny things popping up every time you blink. But on Christmas, it was silent. No tours, no workers, just us. And suddenly we were surrounded by Cybertrucks. Not just a couple, an entire metallic herd just hanging out in their natural habitat. Our big diesel overlanding rig rolled in like the last analog kid at a digital party, and definitely stood out. But we also couldn't resist. So we did the only logical thing. We drove right through the middle of them. Cybertruck versus Cybertruck, or at least Cybertruck versus our very confused Transformer-looking rig. Even without a tour, Starbase is wild to see up close. Giant rockets, giant towers, giant dreams. All sitting at the edge of Texas, waiting for the next launch window.
Well, I guess that's it to the coast of the Gulf. We've done all the way from south of Tallahassee, Florida, right to the Mexico border, and drove on as many beaches as we could on the way. So, I don't know where we're going from here. West, I guess, because we can't go south anymore. Well, there's not much opportunity for public land in this part of southern Texas. So we're staying at a campground, I think. Lake Casablanca in Laredo. There's lots of people here. And we're all set up. I bet you it's hot in here. Our pillows get just shook around on the bumpy, fast highways. 87 degrees. I have an opportunity to use my Bob Jones meat flipper from Bob Jones that we met. No, Barry Jones, sorry. Sorry, Barry. Barry Jones that we met in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. He gifted us meat flippers. And we have some T-bone steaks, which were also gifted to us from our Patreon members, Jim and Shauna. A couple T-bones. Living good.
These are steaks from Jim and Shauna.
Yeah. They're very tasty. Want a bite? Lake Casablanca campground. I think we might stay another night. It was quiet last night. The humidity was lower. I actually slept. And we're going to check out the city of Laredo today.
We're going to the Mexican market.
See what's around and see if we can extend our stay on the way out.
Yep.
Let's check out Laredo. We're going to a pottery store.
Hello.
Smells good in here. Mexican style sweet chocolate.
We got chorizo mix, 1 pound. And he told us about the chilies, that the ancho pod is less smoky than the guajillo. And then Marianne also ordered mole kit, which comes with a recipe.
See if I can do it. I don't know. It'll be an adventure.
They just told Marianne they sell curry powder by the pound. She keeps getting more. It's the new seashells and pine cones spices.
But you can eat this.
Yeah. Well, you can eat seashells and pine cones too, but they're probably not very good.
It's a little roughage.
Broken cinnamon, 1 pound for like 12 bucks.
11.
11 bucks?
Yeah.
The secret ingredient, which is
Secret.
it's a secret. We have the chocolate, sesame, peanut butter, and the chiles
Oh,
on that.
wow. Okay, so I can do multiple meals with this, and I have some of these at
What
home.
my dad would do, he would put it in a Ziploc and freeze it.
Oh, you can freeze it.
Yes.
Oh, so just make one big batch
When
of
you
it,
choose
and
one
then
big
just.
batch and just use whatever you want. The rest of it, just put
Oh,
it
that's perfect.
You-
enchiladas, these
Yeah.
are the imoladas,
Okay, and these.
rice, beans, and the tostada. Okay?
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Awesome.
Well, that was a pretty awesome experience. Amazing food, nice people, and tons of information. Yeah.
I know how to make all kinds of good things now. Yeah, since 1924. Same people, same family. That is so cool.
Well, we had a successful day in the town of Laredo, Texas. Got to go to a few different shops, and the high point was what was it called? India Spice?
La India Packaging Company.
India Packaging Company. Cool spices, wicked good food.
Our staff was amazing.
Yeah, and it's the people that make the experience the best. Juan at that place was just super informative and friendly.
Yeah,
He made the whole experience top notch.
told me how to use all the spices and the differences from what we're used to. And yeah, it was, you have to go there. Have the sampler plate so that you can try all of their goodies. Like, we hummed and hawed about like a single meal. And then we were like, oh, wait, we can have these sampler plates. And it gives you an opportunity to try pretty much everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything. Must stop when in Laredo, I would say.
Oh, for sure. And it's not on your main touristy street. It's actually kind of set back in a residential area. So it's, yeah, you have to search it out, but it's worth your time. And it's been there for 101 years.
Well, we spent 2 nights at this Lake Casablanca State Park, International State Park, whatever that means. Maybe something to do with Mexico? I don't know. But we're going to move on. We're going to change from going west now and go north. We're going to go up on the west side of San Antonio and see if we can connect on to the Hill Country BDRX. So this is the BDRX routes are back road discovery routes that make a loop. So we're going to get into the loop somewhere. We're not going to do the sections 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're getting in on section 3 maybe. We'll see. But we're going to go in that direction, kind of figure it out as we get near there. And that's the plan so far. And we'll see what that BDR has to offer. Meanwhile, we're at a campground with a water hookup and power. So I plugged in. We'll get the batteries topped up a bit. We're down to 70%. And I might as well fill with water too, even though we did only a couple days ago. Usually we're good for 2-3 weeks, but it's there, might as well use it, right? There we go, all full. 50 gallons on board. Thank you.
Continue on US 90 East for 35 miles.
So we're headed for Hill Country, as I said this morning, to attempt some BDRX in the Hill Country. But we're making a little detour. We're going a little bit east towards San Antonio way to pop in and say hi to some Patreon members. So we're going to get that done and then we'll continue on our travels.
Hi!
So we had a good visit and an overnight with some of our Patreon members.
Yeah, Richard and Hope.
And now we are heading north a little bit to Fredericksburg. That's a mouthful, that one. I have a hard time with that one. Fredericksburg, Texas.
And the start of the BDRX.
And if you look back on our videos from 2 years ago, we were in Fredericksburg.
Freezing.
And we tried to walk around and be tourists there, but it was really
so
cold. So it's going to be warmer today, so we can do the tourist thing in Fredericksburg.
And we got our first taste of staying at an Escapees RV park.
Which I understand there's only a few of them, but it's an Escapees RV park, yeah.
Yeah, super friendly people, nice place to stay and spend the night.
Which you have to be an Escapees RV member
Or a
guest of a member to stay at the park.
Yeah. So we got treated to a night by Richard and Hope and got to hang out with them, and that was lots of fun, and have a nice long shower, which was awesome. And yeah, all right, so
on to Fredericksburg.
on to Fredericksburg.
Like she said.
And hopefully the weather's nicer there today than it was 2 years ago.